Centre for Advanced Urbanism, which is a new initiative, which I started about 3 years ago. It takes a long time for these things to mature, but for decades, architecture and planning have had a joint venture which is looking at the urban environment, and we teach studios together. There are courses that overlap, and finally it seemed a time to put research more into focus, and research really done by faculty, assisted by students rather than as only a vehicle for teaching. And so the idea of creating the centre came about, and we started it this year. It's unbelievably successful to date. We have 22 faculty involved in this. We have 2 directors, one from planning and one from architecture. Recently, a group of people in the Media Lab, they call themselves City Science, have joined us as well. And we're moving into new digs in the fall in part of the Media Lab, and we are very excited about the future. The research is very much based on, what is the future of urbanism? What will the cities of the future be like? What are the theories and practices that will evolve? And truthfully, the cities of the past, or even the immediate past, aren't paradigms anymore. We're looking at vast cities, we're looking at mega cities, we're looking at instant urbanism, if you will, places that are being built very, very rapidly. And we're also looking at new technologies. We're looking at more sophisticated infrastructures, and this requires just new ways of thinking about it. And in a way, one of the goals is really to redefine the discipline of urbanism, or urban design as it was called in most schools. I was one of the first students to graduate at Harvard University in urban design, and it was a relatively new field, and it's always remained architecture-centric. And the truth is, you cannot design cities with one kind of disciplinary bias. You have to bring in engineering, you have to bring in the social sciences, you have to bring in ecologists, you have to bring in planners, you have to bring in policy. These are very complex phenomena, and so the interdisciplinary nature of looking at urban problems is absolutely critical. At MIT, because of where we are, embedded in a school of technology with boundaries that are very open, we can bring together the kind of interdisciplinary focus that urbanism really requires. So this is a place to do it. Now's the time to do it. And I think we're launching this with great optimism. I've been at Harvard, I've been at Berkeley, I've been at University of Pennsylvania. These are places I was tenured and worked at. This is the only academic context that has such a close relationship between the schools, the different disciplines, the overlaps between the disciplines, and it's easy actually to do business with engineering, for example. At Berkeley, we never saw the School of Engineering. We never saw the School of Real Estate, for example. But here it's quite easy to partner. And I think that's one of the things that MIT prides itself on. That's why we believe there's so much innovation coming out of here, is that it's actually easy to partner, to collaborate. In fact, it's encouraged a lot. Interdisciplinary, you hear it all the time. So within my school, we have the best planning school in the country. They've been voted the best school for decades now. So that's a big plus. And architecture is excellent. We have the Media Lab, which is known for its innovation. So you put these together, and why not here? We have to be the ones to ask the big questions. There are lots of big questions that don't have answers, and we should be the ones that are starting to probe and push and suggest ideas and so on. You can look at environmental issues in general. That's a very big one. Quality of life issues that relate to that as well. Energy, of course, is one of the big focal points. Energy in the city, that's where most energy is used up. That's where it could be saved too. It costs a lot of energy, to build a city and to maintain a city. So buildings have a lot to do with energy waste. So that's an enormous piece of it. And it's beyond the individual building. We know how to deal with green buildings now. But how do we deal with environments of a larger scale? How do we measure that? How do we plan for it? How do we model them? There's a lot in there.